So polling organization asks simple random sample of 1,500 first-year student or college students how far away their home is. Again, like I've said before, get in the habit of writing on your paper when you get a problem that's long like this. So this is my what? Symbol. Letter. That's just my sample size. First year college students, how far away their home is. Suppose that 35% of all first year students. So what do you think that's going to be?
Probability.
Which letter? Symbol.
P.
It's just P because it's of all first year students. So all first year students is our what? Population. So what is the probability that our random sample of 1,500 students will give a result between here and here? That's what the problem is asking. So you can look at the way that problem is worded, and that's essentially, that's where we start. Our conclusion is answering that question, which is pretty much where we finish. The probability that a random sample of 1,500 students will give a result between this and this is, and then write the answer. So just kind of get in the habit of marking as you go, so you don't have to keep reading things over and over for no reason. All right, so state. What is the first thing we need in state? Population. What is our population here? That's hard to read that color, isn't it? I'm going to go with red instead of orange up here. What do I write next? Sample. We like Christmas up here. What is our sample? The what's next? So P is the, what word does it start with? Now, some of my answer keys are probably going to, so P is the population proportion. So really it's the proportion of first year college students that attended high school or attended college within 50 miles of home. But since I have already defined my population, I'm not going to count off if you just say because P means that it's applying to your population, and that way that's implying that P hat is that of my sample. That's fine. Anytime you've written something on the paper before, referring to it is fine. And then what? And so how am I writing this one? I'll have to come back and put the hat in, but don't forget to put hat. This has a hat. I'm not going to do a very good job at it.
Why does it have a hat? I thought we said
that is the probability that our sample proportion falls between there. So the sample that we do, what's the probability of that sample's proportion falling between these? Because we already know what P is.
I have a hard time differentiating.
I'm taking a sample. Does my sample fit in my distribution like it should? So I'm taking my sample number. So this is me saying, what's the probability that my sample number is somewhere between here and here? All right, plan. What do I do? Where do I start? What is 10% condition? What is lowercase n?
How do we know it?
So let me write it out first. So how would I write this? Oh, I'm not changing my colors here. And if you do an example problem, I would never do an example problem, or I wouldn't waste the time to do an example problem in different colors. Some people do when they're first learning it, and that's fine. But it's more following the template being different colors. So there are at least is that something that any of you should question? Should being more than 15,400 adults be something you should question? But we're going to get ones that are a little bit funnier, like this, if this were at least 15,000 students at this college, that's kind of like that gray area. So writing assuming there are at least is fine in any case. If I give you a number and it doesn't meet that, then you're going to say no. But worst case scenario, as far as we're getting to in this class, you're going to say, assuming there are at least this many. It's not going to be like you need external knowledge to be able to answer it. All right, what's my other condition? What do I do to check normal? So what is N? N. 1500, what's P? So then here I'm also doing 1500, and now I'm doing 0.65. What is 1500 times 0.35? So how much is left? Usually I do a check there, but I'm not grading if you put a check mark. And then I need to write at least 10, what? First year college students. No. Because it's lowercase n. And I go total shorthand here. That is absolutely fine. I'm saying I'm checking they do, and I'm checking that they do not. And I don't mind if you go back and forth to that and then like finish your sentence. Or put them beside each other. Check, check. And so I finish with All right, so do, what's the first thing? Is that all right? Find your mean, mu of equals, which in this case equals sigma of p hat, well, a little bit quicker, p1 minus p over n, that's 0.35, that's 0.65, divided by 1500, which gives me 0.0123. You said yes?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I need to write because 10% conditioned, but I don't want to do that until I've checked. But since we're writing quick, I'm afraid you'll forget to go back. Oh no, we've already done it because we've already checked 10% condition above. So yes, we can do that there because 10% condition. What's next? I'm just gonna stick all on color. $1.63. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah.
I do minus 0.35. I thought we did.
That's our mean. This always goes here. This always goes here.
Oh, I thought the little number A and number B, I thought.
That's number A. And that's number B. So far.
Okay, so then how did you know to put a 33?
That's your value from here.
From where?
Right here.
Yeah, but why don't we do a 37?
I'm also going to do a 37. And again, this is another one that's equidistant, but the other directions is 1.63. Oh, what are they? And I get .8969 as my answer. I'm gonna pull this slide up and keep typing to type and conclude. If the bell rings and you leave before I'm done typing, then I'm gonna post it. I think you'll be fine to fill it in anyway though. Your homework's gonna be one problem that's straight through like this and one that's asked in pieces. Have a good afternoon.
Sorry, we have to see that.